You know, if we do end up getting a Nintendo Direct for July, and it's the last day of the month, I do hope those rumors of the new Animal Crossing are true. Also, that we get a Metroid Prime 4 release date, and of course, other cool surprises. Like, I don't know, maybe something for the Nintendo Switch online service for Pokemon on the GameCube. Which, by the way, what do you want to see at the next Nintendo Direct? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the Robo Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwood or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to another video. So in this video, we are going to talk about some Nintendo Direct rumors, some evidence that it may be happening soon, and also some other things that point towards a July Nintendo Direct. I also finished my Nintendo Switch 2 character, which turned out pretty great if I say so myself. And I'm already making different facial expressions, poses, and all that great stuff for the character and other characters as well for the future. But yeah, that's why I haven't been uploading that much recently, and in that time, we have gotten a lot of different rumors, leaks, different things popping up, especially recently when it comes to a July Nintendo Direct. If you guys remember, Nate the Hate came out last month around those rumors of the Nintendo Direct and said that he hasn't really heard anything. And typically what I've found is whenever he says that, whenever some other Nintendo insider has said there's gonna be a Nintendo Direct, we usually don't end up getting that Nintendo Direct. I would say Nate the Hate is a pretty trusty source when it comes to Nintendo Direct, so recently when he said that we are gonna be getting a Nintendo Direct, he has heard something. It was pretty interesting. But at that time I was working on the character, so I really didn't have enough time to actually make a video on it. This is what My Nintendo News has to say. Prominent video game leaker Nate the Hate has doubled down on his statement that he believes a Nintendo Direct presentation is happening this month. He has said this a couple times now and seems quite confident that the Nintendo Direct showcase will be taking place. Obviously, the massive Donkey Kong Bonanza is out now. Fans are naturally wondering what's next for the Nintendo Switch 2. Hopefully, we won't have to wait long to find out. Now, his direct quote was, "But a Nintendo Direct is still happening in July, ? And that's being asked by somebody, and he says, to my knowledge." Now, this article was from 5 days ago at the time of this recording anyways. This video should be coming out tomorrow on Tuesday. And since then, there has been other things that have been fueling the Nintendo Direct talk when it comes to Nintendo Direct this month. So if you guys haven't seen this yet, NintendoLife.com has an article that says Metroid Prime 4 Beyond rating spotted, fueling Nintendo Direct hopes again. Now, of course, the Nintendo Direct is gonna hold some kind of news, but I think we all pretty much expect Metroid Prime 4 Beyond getting a release date for the Nintendo Switch 2 because it is a 2025 game and Nintendo has already confirmed that for the longest time now, so you would expect some kind of release date to come out. With that being said, this is what Nintendo Life had to say. Of all the Nintendo big releases for the Switch 2, only 2 are missing release dates, with one being Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, coming to both Switch 1 and Switch 2, the long-awaited entry in Retro Studios' acclaimed series. However, as rumors of a Nintendo Direct continue to build, the rating for a game in South Korea, shared on Gaming Leaks and Rumors Reddit, has fans hopeful that the game isn't far off. Now, like I say all the time whenever we do get ratings for different games, it doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a Nintendo Direct. It also doesn't necessarily mean we're going to hear anything from that game very, very soon. The same thing happened with Silksong. Remember, we got a rating a long time ago and we just really didn't hear anything for the longest time. But what I found is usually when all of these things are happening all at once, the Nintendo Direct talk, different insiders, especially Nate the Hate when he says there is going to be a Nintendo Direct, he usually is right. I think the past 3 or 4 times when he said there wasn't a Nintendo Direct, he's been right as well. I covered that in the past video. So with all of that in mind, does that mean that we are going to get a release date for Metroid Prime 4 at the Nintendo Direct? If you had to ask me to say definitively yes or no, I would bet on yes. Of course, I could always be wrong. I don't have any inside knowledge. I'm just basing on what information I can gather. Now, as for the release date, that's either going to be a September release date or it's probably going to be a November release date. Remember, Pokemon Legend ZA releases in October, so they wouldn't put it in October, which leaves August, September, or November. I don't think they would do it in December because that's Christmas month. I don't really think they're gonna be putting that in that month, and of course it wouldn't be in January because that's gonna be 2026 unless there is a delay. Now, I did see some rumors going around that Metroid Prime 4 was in trouble in some way, shape, or form, and this was according to popular industry Kiwi interviewed Kiwi Talks, according to Games Hub. This is what he had to say. I know Metroid fans are getting impatient, but the reason there is no release date is because the game isn't finished, Kiwi Talks said on X, replying to a comment on Prime 4's potential release date. If after the next Nintendo Direct there is no specific date, I will elaborate on what's going on to ease people's fears. Be patient a little longer, it is coming. Now, I personally don't think that it's gonna be any trouble. I think Nintendo is just waiting for the release date for the next Nintendo Direct for that release date, and I fully believe that we're gonna be getting a Nintendo Direct for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I believe we're probably gonna get a release date at the next Nintendo Direct, and more than likely we're gonna get a Direct based on Metroid Prime 4, and that'll go into more information on that game. I think Nintendo has a specific plan for Metroid Prime 4 when it comes to planning out the releases and how they're going to be releasing news on it, and I think that's why we haven't gotten a release date. We have seen Nintendo do this before with multiple games, so I'm not too worried. I don't think it's in any big trouble. Personally, I could be wrong. I don't have inside knowledge. This person clearly has more inside knowledge than me, so who knows? I guess we'll see. But with that being said, there has been more stuff pointing towards a Nintendo Direct. So if you guys haven't seen this yet, sometimes when Nintendo does do maintenance on various aspects of the Nintendo Switch, sometimes that can mean there is gonna be a Nintendo Direct. So DualShockers.com has an article with the title of Nintendo eShop Planned Maintenance Hints at Rumored Direct Time. So this is what they had to say. Nintendo has announced a planned maintenance period for the eShop, which is a significant hint at when the rumored July 2025 Nintendo Direct will take place, as the service usually goes down around the time of these events. And this is why I personally do think, again, adding to that Nintendo Direct talk, that there is going to be a Nintendo Direct. So they say, according to Nintendo, the scheduled maintenance of the eShop for both Switch systems will take place on Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, 11 p.m. on Thursday, to July 31st, 2025, 12:30 a.m. Pacific time. Now this is just another one of those things that points towards a Nintendo Direct happening at the end of this month. The specific time of it really does make me think that there's going to be a Nintendo Direct, because that's where it would land. It would land on the 31st. They're not going to hold it on Wednesday. They're not going to hold it anytime before that. The 31st would be the latest date it would actually be held. Now there are some other things that happened before all of this. If you guys remember, BeatEmUps said that there was going to be a Nintendo Direct in July, and he said things like Animal Crossing was going to be shown, but wait, there's more. That's essentially going to be that game. There's also going to be a Pokemon Coliseum drop, with Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness coming later, and a bunch of other things coming to the Nintendo Direct. So we'll see if this is all true. If we don't end up getting a Nintendo Direct this time, more than likely we're going to be waiting until September, which at that point I think we can probably bet on like a Metroid Prime 4 Nintendo Direct at the very least. But yeah, just to round out this video, I do want to mention the character that I'm using in this video is a new character that I created. The other ones aren't going away. In fact, I'm going to be making new models for those characters so I can animate those in better ways. I also want to make a background, the background that you're seeing on your screen right now, in Blender as well, so I can actually have different views and maybe even make animations within Blender and sort of build a world around the character. I think my first Nintendo based animation when it comes to like different characters on the videos is probably gonna be a Pikmin. I would love to have like little Pikmins running around carrying things on screen, maybe like pretending he's holding a camera, because in Blender you can have a digital camera, so kind of swapping to the Pikmin holding a camera would be pretty cool. And then have like other Pikmin in the background just chilling, maybe drinking something or something. I don't know. I have a whole bunch of cool ideas now that I'm getting more into Blender, and as you can tell with this character, I mean, I only have about 10 days on Blender and I'm able to do this, so I mean, who knows what my channel is going to look like in like a year, right? And of course, I'm going to be doing bigger videos like the 1993 Mario movie review, where I'll take the character designs from that movie and make them into Paper Mario. And now that I'm learning Blender, I can actually make those characters in Blender and have those paper effects and stuff, which is going to be really cool. So a lot of cool stuff coming to the channel. But yeah, that's just kind of the small update on that side. And that's why I haven't been uploading in the past 2 weeks, because I've literally been staying up all night and day trying to get this character model learning Blender. I think there was at one point where I almost stayed up for like 2 days, hopped up on caffeine because I was having so much fun and I really wanted to get it done. But yeah, future stuff for anyone who cares about that kind of thing. With that being said, let me know what you guys think about today's topics down in the comment section below. What games do you want to see at the next Nintendo Direct? Like, I would like to see definitely Metroid Prime 4 release date. I'd love to see that, but I would like to see, you know, the rumored Animal Crossing game. That would be really cool, actually. And Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness 2 and Colosseum. That would be great. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.